always think of when I think of the Jurassic films is dinosaurs that are more terrifying than you could possibly imagine.
It's why you come to see a Jurassic film. I think you want to be scared.
Theme park owners did experimental work. Maybe one of the worst ones here.
Jurassic World Rebirth is about a special ops group that goes on a clandestine mission to recover blood samples from 3 different types of dinosaurs.
If we get this DNA, millions of lives are saved.
Let's go. It is a thriller.
It just leads to this constant upping of the stakes,
which I think makes for incredible cinematic experience.
There's something very primal about dinosaurs. You can't dismiss them like they really existed, and I think it's never left our genetics, this fear of a bigger creature coming and dragging one of us away.
Oh, not that thing! Gareth can see the whole film in his mind. He's a very unique storyteller in that way.
What's going to happen? The water's just going to do this past you a little bit, and you're not sure. Was it just imagination?
One thing about Gareth Edwards is his understanding of visual effects is second to none. There was no fear about how he was going to create these dinosaurs.
Cut, very good.
Got that very good, well done.
Gareth's very, very particular about the designs of the dinosaurs. Whether it's a legacy creature like the T-Rex, whether it's a brand new dinosaur.
Open the door! There's some new types of dinosaurs being introduced.
Sorry.
Please open the door! I think they're gonna be a little unsettling.
Stay there, Audrina. It's right above you, okay?
You kind of wanted these to look a little bit nasty, a little bit menacing and evil.
We're looking for any way that we can to have the hairs on the back of your neck rise.
That's what brings the excitement. You are just in a constant state of peril.
Whoa, get down!
I'm David Koepp, the screenwriter of Jurassic World Rebirth, and this is By Design with E! News. Steven Spielberg called me up and said, hey, would you ever want to do another one of those dinosaur movies? And I said, if we had a good idea, sure.
Don't see that every day.
Or ever.
Well, one of the things that was important to me is to see the dinosaurs in their environment. A big part of the Jurassic World movies over the last couple movies has been exploring the idea of seeing them in human environments and what's that like. It started with the raptors in the kitchen in the first movie. What if they were in our environment? How terrifying would that be? Quite terrifying is the answer.
Maybe we should make it quick.
My working title for the movie was Survival, and I wanted, that theme was important to me because it's not only about how do these animals survive in an environment that's now hostile to them, but how is each person in this movie surviving?
Survival is a long shot.
That's kind of our specialty.
I didn't want to just do, a team on a mission. Something has to mess up the mission almost from the beginning, because we don't make movies about how well it's going for everybody. It's what goes wrong and what do you do now?
Come on!
You always want to put people in these situations who are unequipped and see what they do. There's a scene maybe midway through the movie after the ocean sequence where things have gone very badly on the ocean. Now they've crashed, the boat's not going to work anymore, they're stuck on this island, there's dinosaurs. I love that because the bar is very high and they have to make a plan that we, the audience, feel like that's a good plan, that's what I'd do.
Come on!
Run!
Jurassic World Rebirth tells the story of the mission and then the story of this family that is just there by chance.
In Jurassic World Rebirth, my team is tasked with collecting DNA samples, and then a family who's on their own journey ends up getting swept up in all of that.
Guys ever wish you had a boring dad?
We do.
I play Ruben Delgado, and we're introduced to his family, and they're making this trip on his beloved boat, La Mariposa.
They're very grateful to be rescued, but they quickly start to realize that they're probably worse off than they were to begin with.
Stop talking! Stop talking!
They are just an innocent family, not prepared for what's about to go down.
The family has nothing to do with dinosaurs, but they are met with dinosaurs inevitably.
Right away, I was so engaged and moved by the story of the family.
Working with Luna and Manuel and Audrina, it's been wonderful.
We have literally been in the trenches together.
My voice might be a little gone tomorrow, but that's okay.
To see a family who are just surviving is brilliant.
Other people may talk about us, but we don't have to do the job for them.
She's scared.
There's lots of fun and excitement, and people who are fans of Jurassic are not going to be disappointed.
I really wanted to have that nostalgia of watching the original Jurassic Park. And obviously that was shot on film.
We're shooting film because the colours are more naturally beautiful. It's like a romanticised version of what the world looks like.
There's a lot more work to walk, through the jungle or do stuff on the water when you're carrying film, but it's all worth it to see what you put on screen.
Come on!
I grew up making film on film. I remember, I used to check the gate when I was a kid. That was like my job to do that. We were shooting on locations that were just extraordinary, naturally beautiful places, and you can see it all immediately.
The texture and the depth that is afforded welcomes everyone to have a very fulfilling experience.
I think shooting on film really sets the tone and gives you a world that is clearly heightened.
Come on! Come on! No!
The second you go, let's just shoot one, everybody brings their A game.
It's the most extraordinary feeling, because invariably what happens is the focus puller leans in and the actors look at each other and double down, and the director knows this is it.
First time I'd held a 35mm camera, and it felt alive because it's rolling film, so as you're holding it, there's this vibration like... Okay, that sounds like we're out.
You have a relationship with the physical equipment that's like, you hear it purring and it feels like very natural.
What we love and know about the Jurassic world is that it exists in its own cinematic ether, and I think shooting it on film is just going to allow everyone to dive back into that formative cinematic experience. For anyone who loves the original Jurassic films, this is the movie for you.
Oh my God.
Steven gave me a call and said, hey, you want to do another one of those?
It's called Rebirth. It harkens back to the first film. It's a survival story.
No one's dumb enough to go where we're going.
When I read the script, it felt like a love letter to Spielberg.
I've always wanted to shoot on film. I really wanted Jurassic World Rebirth to have that naturalistic cinematic quality.
The original Jurassic asks that brilliant question of just because we can, should we?
What the hell are those?
It's an epic action-adventure story, and there's some new types of dinosaurs being introduced.
It will have a lot of humor and it'll be fun.
But it also has a lot of very scary, very intense moments.
The sequence with the raft was in the first novel, Jurassic Park. One of the first things Steven and I said was, we got to get that raft sequence in some place.
We've really gone back to basics to imagine yourself in this circumstance on this Jurassic Island.
It has adventure, it has friendship and loyalty and the betrayal of those things. It has an almost impossible task that you just root for everyone to complete.
Stop it! Come on! The movie at its core is thrilling.
I know that it will bring back the wonder of seeing Jurassic for the first time.
You know, everybody asks me if we're just spending all of our day in front of a green screen. I'm like, no, we're actually on these incredible sets and like out in the elements.
When it comes to the way we approach a Jurassic film, I'm a great believer in real locations.
And it was just so nice finding yourself isolated from what I would think of as my normal life. All of these locations have been characters and they all contribute to elements in the film.
There was a common goal of creating something magical on film that looked really authentic. You know, you can't build sets like that.
I think it's so visceral, shooting in these extraordinary locations. There's nothing that says dig in more than a crew that's up to here in the mangroves water, but also as the tide's coming in, that they're still shooting.
Taking boats out to like remote islands and camping out with our crew to get these naturally beautiful places.
Our locations are 11 out of 10, every single one.
There's definitely shots where you go, no, that you can only get that in a real place.
They just look extraordinary and add such texture to the film.
Everywhere you look is already seemingly iconic, and it's just sort of out of body to be finding yourself in Jurassic World.